Hey everyone, Ian from Sink a Ship here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my thoughts on Shazam. Now, of course, there will be some slight spoilers in this review, but I wanted to talk about just the overall tone to start with from the other DC movies, and it is pretty drastic, the tone, even from lighthearted movie like Aquaman. This is almost totally a comedy. Now, there are some more heartfelt moments, and in fact, there are some moments that will probably really hit some people in the gut, especially depending on your personal experience and things like that. But this is a lot different than the DC we've received in previous years, and I think it's a right step to make. Some people that are worried about it being too much of a comedy, if you're not really interested in seeing a comedy or a more comedic tone for a superhero movie, it's probably not up your alley, but it definitely does have a unique take than, say, Marvel with some of their comedic beats and things like that. It definitely feels like its own thing, which is nice. If it was kind of just a Marvel movie, you might have people call it out more. I'm not sure if that's something that people are saying, but to me it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie. So the overall way I would describe this movie is just kind of silly and fun and kind of sweet, to be honest. Those are the words that come up. Zachary Levi did a great job portraying Shazam, or Captain Marvel, or Billy, whatever you want to call him in this movie. Asher Angel did a great job portraying Billy as a kid as well. All the actors did a really fun job. There was a weird kind of tone that I noticed, and I'm not sure if anybody else feels this way, but it kind of reminded me of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. It would cut to some of like the extras and their reaction and just kind of a little hamming it up, and it was a little cheesy. And again, for another superhero movie, I don't think it would have worked as well. I don't even think it worked that great with Spider-Man, but for this, it didn't bother me too much. It was just kind of a silly thing that I noticed. I'm wondering if anybody else did though too, or if anybody else feels the same way. Also, another side note is John Glover's in this, and this is, at least from what I know, his third appearance as a DC character. In this movie, he plays Mr. Savannah, but he was also Lionel Luthor, probably many of you might recognize from Smallville, and Jason Woodrow in Batman and Robin, which was kind of a hilarious death if you've seen that movie. I think we all have seen that movie.
I'm afraid you'll have to die.
One other thing. I probably should have mentioned this earlier. I'm poison.
And he was Edward Nygma. He was the voice of Edward Nygma in the Batman the Animated Series. So technically, I guess that's 4. I did hear some people comment that they weren't really super excited about the villain. I get that, although he didn't bother me too much, and I actually like that there was some backstory beforehand. I do wish maybe that was incorporated a little bit more throughout the film. It was actually really interesting seeing him as a kid, seeing his obsession grow, and I wish we delved into that a little bit more. I know it kind of would have been a different movie though, especially with the tone that they were trying to go for. But overall, this was a really fun movie, and I'm really happy to see DC coming out with some pretty successful movies lately. It was really enjoyable. You know, there's some things that I think could have been better, but for a character that's not as popular, or at least with the public, it's cool to see a character like this be successful that beforehand, you know, it just wasn't so popular. So it's always fun to see that happen. All right, and with that, guys, I hope you have a good one. That is my thought on Shazam. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and if you like the video, feel free to give me a like, and if you're interested in this kind of content, give me a subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Okay, take care.